This is Unit 11, Lesson 8 and Lesson 9, writing a formal email packet that's posted in Blackboard. This is where you're going to organize your ideas. So as a writer, you have to decide what problem you want to email the correct person about and your suggested solutions. And so first of all, we have to kind of brainstorm some possible problems that we might want to go through. Again, it could be any problem that you can think of. These problems can be about the government's response to COVID-19. You'll have to be very specific about that. In your community, your workplace, where you live, your school, anything else that you might see in life. So the first thing that I would recommend is to identify general problems or challenges in your life. Lack of public transportation, low wages at your job, noisy neighbors at home, too much homework at school, any number of challenges in your life. If you get a list of 4 or 5 challenges or problems and you identify where that happens, it could happen at work, at school, in your community, then you can choose one problem. And in this case, if I choose the lack of public transportation, you can choose one. And a good strategy for organizing any problem and solution pre-writing is to use a T chart. So here we can kind of see the letter T, this horizontal and vertical. And here's my example problem, the lack of public transportation. Now, all of my solutions and those results should focus on the same problem, okay? All of these are solutions to the same problem. I'm not introducing new solutions to new problems. It has to be very focused, okay? So if there's a lack of public transportation, one solution might be, if I contact the city of Madison, to buy and provide more buses. What is the result of this? All results are not positive, right? So in this case, higher costs, maybe for the bus riders. One positive thing might be reduced traffic. More buses might create jobs. And if they buy the correct buses, such as electric buses, there might be less pollution. And I could even say fewer cars, which reduces traffic. Another solution, set up a website for a public carpool. Again, I'm thinking of any solution to this problem. I need more public transportation, but maybe the city can't buy more buses. Well, what about a carpool? A carpool is when you share your car or you ride with other people. So again, if I can get 5 people out of 100 and there's 1,000 people driving their cars, we have 50 fewer cars. It's less pollution, less traffic, and less parking problems. Another thing that we might suggest is to make the routes more efficient. Maybe these buses are going many blocks or many miles between their stops. And if they looked at the routes and made them a little more efficient, made the buses cover less area, but at different times, we could create more pickup times, faster routes, and we might even save some fuel for the city. Again, I'm still focused on this lack of public transportation. Another possible solution, we might have fewer drop-off points or fewer pickup points or spots. The buses might travel more and stop less, and that would be less waiting for fewer stops. So these two are very different, but it might help people say, well, if there's fewer drop-off points and pickup spots, we can get them coming more frequently. If a bus has to stop 10 times instead of 20 times, that bus can come around more often than if it has to make more stops, and it might cause this, or it costs the city the same amount. So what you need to do is to brainstorm. This says work with a partner. If you're doing this alone, you need to brainstorm any list of problems and then choose one problem. And in a T chart, you can do this handwritten. This is not something you have to turn in. However, if you want to, I'd love to see that. And then What are the solutions? Don't forget the results. And then you're going to use a template to write the email, and that will be posted in Blackboard.